use it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the back end of my files so that you can see the how I organise things to make sure that I know where everything is. I use a Mac, so this is the view from a Mac point of view, but you can use the same file structure if you're on a Windows, it really doesn't matter. The three files that I want to go through with you is documents, movies and pictures, and that's how I separate mine out. So pictures, in here I have a folder for Build It Brilliant pictures and I have a folder for Refresh Minds pictures. And then within here, this is the file system that I use. So the top one is free stock images. That's anything that I've downloaded that's a free image to use. Then I put that in there so I can always find them. I then have Canva Images, so anything that I have created on Canva goes in there. I have a separate one for the Hypno Huddle because that's got certain images and certain things that are separate. I've got one for marketing creations, so anything that I'm doing from a marketing point of view, I'd put those in there. And then I have a general one for RM Images, and this is all sorts of things from kind of quotes, little bits and bobs, logo creations, you know, screenshots. But also kind of headshots. All of my headshots are in here, so anything that is related to Refresh Minds goes in there. So they are all of my pictures. Movies, I use movies for just the original, so only the original file goes in movies. So for example, if you've downloaded a video, the original, before I've edited it, before I've done anything with it, the raw original file goes in movies. Once I've done something with that, once I've edited it or added to it or anything like that, then it goes in the relevant documents, just so I know where they are. So documents then, I have one for Build It Brilliant and one for Refresh Minds. And this is the format that I use for each one. So the first one is accounts and business documents. So all of my certificates, insurance, accounts, all the things to do with my business goes in there. Blogs and newsletters, pretty obvious. Anything that I write from a blog or a newsletter goes in there. I work with certain corporate companies with workshops, so they each have their own folder, so that if I do a workshop for them, then that goes in there. Then I have client documents, so this is my questionnaires that I send out to people, and anything that they send me that I want to save. Hypno Huddle has a separate one, so any documents related to that. I have one particularly for logos. Now these will be the original source files for my logos, not if I've then played with them. If I've played with the image or added it to anything, it generally goes in pictures, but if it's just the pure original logo files, then they go here. The next one down is another corporate that I work for. The next one, Nadia Finer, is my coach, so my business coach, so her documents all go in there. Online program, that is my my mindset program, so my online stuff, I keep that all together. Resources for clients is anything that's documentation that's all like strategies or things like that, things that I want to send to my clients goes in there. Resources for CPD, so if I'm doing anything around CPD that's a reading or it's a course I've signed up for or anything that's CPD goes in there. SERPA documents I keep separate, so my work with SERPA is all in there. Supervision, so I'm a supervisor, so all the documentation for my work as a supervisor is under supervision. And then talks and workshops, that's mine, so as Refresh Minds does a talk or a workshop, that will be in there. So that's what I do. So documents, I'll show you the same for Build It Brilliant. In here, because Build It Brilliant is a different kind of business, I have a slightly different structure in terms of my documents. So in here, each of my online courses, because I do more online courses with Build It Brilliant, each of the online courses has its own folder, so that then this is to do with my Aweber course, this is the blueprint, this is the masterclass, this is, so all of those. But I still keep the same sorts of files like client resources. Think If It course cards is another good one to put in, so if I'm creating loads of course cards, I put them all in there. And videos, I have a separate for videos, so when I edit a video or when I do something with it, sometimes they go into the actual thing. So if it's If it's an online course and I've created the videos for that online course, so the Aweber course, for example, the videos for the Aweber course will be in the Aweber course. But if I've done a video that's just almost like a welcome video, a random tips video or something like that, then that's just generic, so it'd go into videos. So yeah, so I hope that's helpful. You don't have to use that structure at all, but hopefully it gives you a bit of an idea. When I do something, it usually falls into downloads. Every computer has a generic downloads folder. So I keep it in downloads and then I move it from downloads into whichever file I want it to be in, so then I know where it is.